diskutojmë gjatë mbi faktet, mbi informimin dhe dizinformimin, çështje që janë shumë të rëndësishme në Shqipëri, por edhe në Ballkan.
So, in short terms, what can a journalist do to fight disinformation in his daily work routine?
Sometimes I feel like we're sort of battling an endless wave of disinformation, and you just want to like rip out your hair and give up and go and live on an island in Greece. But when we do prove something wrong and show that it is absolutely, completely, factually incorrect, that gives me so much satisfaction that it reminds me that what we're doing is worthwhile. But I think it's a mixture of things that we kind of small things that we can do every day, and other things that are more long term, like fighting to get access to information via freedom of information request is sometimes a battle that can take years, even for a single request, and can involve many people, including lawyers and other journalists working with you. And sometimes it's very difficult because you don't even have the backing of your own organization. Using social media to counteract the spread of false information. I mean, social media is a breeding ground for false information, but we also need to use it to sort of counteract that spread.
Mm-hmm. And if I understood it right, you previously said at the conference that there is no exact fact-checking mission in Malta, right? In your country?
No, there isn't.
Do you think that a fact-checking system is needed in your country?
Yes, I think it is.
And why it's not happening?
Because the media in Malta is dominated by party political propaganda. Mm-hmm. There are 2 television stations that are owned by the 2 big political parties, multiple radio stations that are owned by the 2 big political parties, multiple newspapers, at least 4 newspapers that I can think of that are owned by the political parties. I mean, we need fact-checking to disprove a lot of this propaganda, show that it is propaganda.
After what happened to your mom, did you, I think that after time passed, you reviewed the media coverage, let's say the national one and the international one. Do you think that media did their own job in the right way in the case?
There were many mistakes, mostly as a result of the unhealthy media environment in Malta. But I think the way international media reacted to my mother's murder is an example of what should be done in these cases. Many media organizations from across Europe, or across the world really, but mostly Europe, got together, formed a consortium called the Daphne Project that was dedicated to continuing my mother's investigations. They did absolutely amazing work. Nothing like it has ever been done before. These people worked full-time on these investigations with the backing of the news organizations they worked for, like The Guardian, The New York Times, Le Monde, La Repubblica.
And how are the investigations going for the case?
It's now reached a point where we can only uncover new information by taking legal action. The consortium was able to break a huge amount of new ground and push my mother's investigations into new territory, uncovering a link between the shareholder of a new power station project in Malta, the government of Azerbaijan, and members of the governing party in Malta. That was a groundbreaking piece of work, confirming, or rather following a line of investigation that my mother was unable to complete because she was murdered. So that has been a huge success, but we have to continue this work.